Well, hello everyone. Hello. I hope everyone is well. Welcome to this episode. Today I want to talk about something. It's a question I was asked in my free WhatsApp group. The group is called Life by Design, and I will put the link for if you'd like to join me. It's free. It's a place where you can ask me any questions about what I've done and my thoughts and my ideas, and I would welcome you to join us. It is a private group, so you won't be able to join without coming through my link. But anyway, I've had several questions asked of me, and I wanted to discuss one of them, and let me read it to you. Let's see. It's have you any advice to someone who wants to do something but something is stopping them, and whether the roadblock is their age or something else? And that is a factor that everyone deals with, and it's not necessarily the age. Although age is a factor, it could be an excuse. And so if you've watched my videos before, you will know that any change that you take or any detour from what's the norm always starts with a decision. You have to decide that you want to head in a different direction or you want to do something, whether it be, moving house, downsizing, maybe implementing a new exercise routine or even starting an exercise routine, or it could be starting a new food routine. It could be a whole host of things, but it's something that's really not the norm. It doesn't necessarily have to be what I've done and the step that I've taken. And so if you're new to my channel, you might be asking, well, what is that, Carolyn? So my name, by the way, is Carolyn Chebaro, and I've been on YouTube for 4 or 5 years. We've been secretly moving forward with my idea and concept of living a simple life. And earlier this year, I sold everything. It actually took a couple of years, but I sold my house, I sold my car, I sold most of my belongings. Some of my belongings are in storage. But I just bought a one-way ticket with my dog, my Chihuahua, Miss Evie, and we are now currently in the UK. Initially, I've spent several months with my sister, and she lives in South Wales. And currently, I am in Northern Ireland, grey, damp, dark Northern Ireland. But it's November. It's heading into the winter. Although coming from South Florida, anything below 70 degrees is cold, and thus the layers of clothing. But I digress. So I've always said when you want to shift, so to speak, it starts with a decision, and that is, I still stand by that. It's just basic sense. But quite often when we decide that we're going to make a change, we look in the future on what that change will be. So if it's exercising, you might want to run a marathon. Don't laugh, but you might want to run a marathon. Or you might want to become a vegan like me. Maybe you want to downsize. Maybe you want to go from a 3,000 square foot home into a small condo. And what we tend to do is we look in the future, and this is what we're going to do. But it doesn't work that way. It starts with deciding on who you are going to become in order to do that. So, for example, if you are going to change your diet, you are now someone who eats in a certain way. Right now, it's a decision that you make, and you don't look to the future, you just become that person. Likewise, if you want to downsize, because many people, regardless of their age, are downsizing. They're owning less. So in your mind, you've got to become that person that lives differently in a smaller space and enjoys life in a different way. And I could give you other examples, but this is the essence of making that change. It starts with a decision, and it starts with what goes on here. What sort of person do you need to be in order for that to happen? Make sense? Hope so. So I would love your thoughts on that in the comment box below. And I would also like to answer a question for you because, again, if you've been following me on YouTube and if you've seen me on my social media posts, you will notice that I also am wearing a lot of heavy clothing, and I also am incorporating a color. I know, I always wore black and white in South Florida, but due to circumstances beyond my control, I've had to wear a lot of layers. So I do like corally red, as you can see, and so I have had a couple of purchases of corally colored sweaters and scarves because I gotta stay warm. It's just a fact of life. As far as the other items in my wardrobe, they're basically the same. I have lots of white shirts. I have lots of layers underneath those white shirts. And I have a cardigan. Let me see if I can show you this cardigan. Yeah, it's a cardigan. And I also have a white cardigan. But essentially the roots of what I wear is the same. I haven't altered. I still wear my black and my white with a little bit of red. And the sweaters because I got to keep warm. And did I mention that I only have 4 pairs of shoes with me, one of which is a boot. It's a bootie, and it's I'll put the link to the company that I purchased it from below. No affiliate linking. It's just a very, very nice boot. And it's made out of recycled plastic bottles. But the thing is, I have worn it every single day since I got here in April, every day. And it's kept my feet dry. I've never had wet feet, and I love those shoes. They really have served me well. I have had to put new heels on them because that's how much I am wearing them. Oh, and one other update I want to tell you about. I actually, you know, I swim 3 days a week, but I also extended my membership to the club to include exercising, and I'm actually lifting weights, which I never thought I would do, but I'm doing it. I had exams about, you know, my body and everything else, and they turned out pretty well. I was pretty impressed, if I may say so myself, but I realized that in order for me to stay mentally correct as I go through these changes, I still need to swim because that's physical exercise, and then I wanted to incorporate that. And I'm curious, does anyone else go to the gym and do all this? I never thought I would do it. I thought I would hate it, but I'm actually beginning to like it. Surprises me. And well, that's it. That's a wrap. As I said, if you're going to make a decision, to make a change, you need to make a decision. But then the next step is to change who you are inside, your brain, who you actually are in order to achieve that solution or that goal. Don't look too far in the future. Just deal with it right now, and you will be amazed because anything, trust me, anything is possible. I wish everyone a good day. You know I love reading those comments, so please leave them below. And by all means, if you'd like to join me in the WhatsApp group, I'll put the link below. I'll speak to you all soon. Toodles.